from a perspective of Brighton, it's a hard one to take, but for Spurs, it's that never say die attitude that we've seen under Ange Postecoglou. Was it a fair result, this one, with Spurs just edging it, though, Stevie?
It's tough to say it's a fair result. I think Brighton deserve to get something out of the game, so I guess the answer to that would be no. But at the same time, if you're Brighton, you have to understand that this is a Spurs side that keep going to the end. I mean, this is not a fluke occurrence that Spurs scored a late goal. They've done it on two other occasions, particularly at home during the season. They've done it again today. Brennan Johnson with that strike in the 96th minute, I think it was. Yep. And so if you're Brighton, you're disappointed that you went a little tighter in that period of the game. It was an open game, let's be honest. But I think when you're away from home, you're in such a late stage of the game. I don't know whether naive's the right word to try and go and win the game, because they lost the ball on the edge of Spurs' box, and Spurs went the whole length of the field and scored the goal. Yeah, it's a great move. It's a great ball from Maddison to Richarlison. Richarlison waits for a Heung-min Son to come up on his shoulder, plays him through, and then it's a fantastic ball across the penalty box. And Brennan Johnson just has to hit the target from about 4 yards and hits the roof of the net. It's a great goal, but it's disappointing from Brighton's point of view. Away from home, that late in the game, you should have been a bit tighter. You shouldn't really have been so open and going for the win, I don't believe. So they'll be disappointed. Tottenham, I guess, if you're going to try and do that in the last minute of the game and play it and go for it, then sometimes you do deserve what you get. But from Brighton's point of view, I think they deserve something out of this game, and they'll be bitterly disappointed that they've lost.
We spoke a couple of minutes ago, Stevie, about Jurgen Klopp having to fit 4 players into 3, or basically 2 players to go along with Mohamed Salah. Now, Ange Postecoglou's got Son Heung-min back from the Asian Cup. At the start of the season, he played Richarlison through the middle and Son on the left, and it didn't really work. And he's played Son through the middle, where it has worked, and then he's played Richarlison through the middle and Son on the left, which is fine, but you've still got Brennan Johnson. You've still got James Maddison in there. You've still got, coming in from the right-hand side, Kulusevski. You've still got Timo Werner. What do you think he does? What's his first choice forward line for Ange Postecoglou at Spurs?
Well, I think the fact that Richarlison, up until today, had scored, 9 in the last 10. So on Richarlison, to be honest, I really don't think he's a particularly great finisher. He did have a couple of chances today as well. Hit one straight at the goalkeeper one-on-one. But I think when somebody's scoring goals as regularly as he has been, you have to play him. And for me, that would mean that next time out, Heung-min Son will start on the left. Richarlison will go through in the middle, and it's probably Kulusevski that starts on the right. So Brennan Johnson gets his goal today, but probably doesn't start next time, and neither does Werner. I think that's the way he has to go. I think there's no question Heung-min Son and Richarlison will start, and then it's a choice for the third spot. But for me, it would be Kulusevski.
If I gave you the choice of Richarlison or Darwin Núñez, who would you take?
Right now, I mean, they're both scoring goals. So I don't suppose really you could make a mistake right now. I think in the long run, Darwin Núñez is going to be the better player. But I think right now it's a toss of a coin, because they're both scoring goals. Richarlison, as I said, I don't think is a goal scorer number 9. Although right now he's putting the ball in the back of the net, and as I said, Darwin Núñez is the same. He's putting the ball in the back of the net as well. So it's a tough choice, and there's not a wrong answer. There just isn't. Not right now.
Let's wrap up the rest of the games. We've seen the goals. We haven't seen the games in depth. I'm not going to be cruel and ask you about that. Just ask you about the importance of that win for Sheffield United at Luton, because if they'd lost that one, I don't know what way back there was, but it was going to be very difficult. That was a huge win for Chris Wilder's men at Luton, who've had some good results of late.
To be honest, I think it's a bigger loss for Luton than it is a big win for Sheffield United. I think it's too late. It's a fantastic result. I mean, when you win your first away game of the season in February, then you know you're in trouble. I don't expect them to go and win too many more away from home. It is a great result. It's a result they deserved from the little clips that I've seen. But I think this is more of this is a bigger disappointment for Luton in their quest to stay up, because this would be a game that, of all games, they would understand that it's a big one to win and an important one to win. So, as I said, I think it's a bigger loss for Luton than it is a big win for Sheffield United.
And no surprise, Brentford have picked up since Ivan Toney came back from suspension. Another goal for him. That's a good win at Wolves.
Yeah. Wolves have been picking up some results recently, scoring some goals. Obviously got 4 at Chelsea last week. So yeah, that's a big win for them. They were kind of teetering a little bit near the relegation zone, and that 3 points today just gives them a fair bit of breathing space. And as you said, Ivan Toney took his goal well, first time finish, right in the bottom corner, from a great cross. So yeah, it's a big 3 points for Brentford.
And the final game of the Saturday 3 p.m. UK time kickoff saw Fulham beat Bournemouth.